If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again, and welcome to episode number 120 of the Career Mode Road to Glory here on FIFA 15. We are now in the transfer window, asking the board for a little bit extra money if we possibly can squeeze it out of them. They previously have been very reluctant to give me any money whatsoever, but I tried to tell them that I'd get to the round of 16 of the Cup and qualify for the Europa League and ask for £3 million. And actually, for the first time in like 3 seasons, they not only come back with the offer of some money, but actually for the first time ever, it's a decent amount of money as well. They've offered me an extra £2.3 million to add into the transfer budget. So presently that was all we had. So I kind of fiddled with the budget slightly, but there's not really enough there to be able to bring in a player with the money we've got and be able to afford his wages. So I'm still a little bit unsure with what to do with that money right now. But we are, of course, trying to move on a couple of our fringe players. Salah Solomon wanted to move on. We'll try and maximise what we can out of that deal. Crystal Palace come in with a bid of 1.1 million for him. I've tried to get 1.7. We'll see what they say. But we'll find out more about that after this first game of the episode. Obviously, with it being a transfer window, there's only 2 games per episode, and the extra transfer footage kind of bulks out the video. But obviously, as you can see, we currently sit top of the table, and West Brom are having a decent season, sat there in 9th, level on points with the team above them, so good result for them here. Could see them move up the table. Obviously, we need to maintain a decent run of form to try and keep ourselves where we are in the table, and we're monitoring our form this month to see whether we need to make the step up to Legendary or not. Obviously, it's going to be a very hectic month, and I'll actually show you the fixture list at the end of this episode, so you can see exactly what's going on with all the games we have this month, which are quite a lot, to be fair. But unfortunately, having to play a rotation side in this one. This game came 2 days after the last game of the last episode, and 3 days before an FA Cup game against Man United at the weekend. So this midweek game had a full rotation side in it, and actually Salah Solomon was involved, so could potentially be his final game for the club. Still got Fabian Torres in goal. Obviously, he's been growing quite nicely and pulling off great saves like he did just there. Obviously, we've got Kieran Westwood in goal at the minute, but the defender's just grabbing him by the armpit hair almost there, trying to celebrate him or congratulate him for making a good save. Look at him, grabs him by the underarm hair there. Really strange way for the defender to grab him, but obviously Salah Solomon on his way out, so maybe he's trying to give him a little nipple tweak or something to say goodbye. But Fabian Torres makes a good double save there again to stop West Brom from taking the lead. Obviously, with my weaker side out, they were a little bit more dominant than perhaps I was hoping for, and obviously their goalkeeper, Luke Daniels, we've looked at him previously in transfer windows, especially in the summer when we were looking for a new goalkeeper. He's glitched. He's now rated in the mid-80s, and he's one of the best goalkeepers in this career mode save, as you can see from that save, making a wonderful save there. And unfortunately for me, it knocked down to a teammate, and I pressed LB to change player, so I chipped the shot and he went over the bar. But Cassada breaks in behind here, and again Daniels makes a very good save to keep us out. He was the difference between a goal here and a 0-0 draw at present. The question was, in the last few moments, were we going to be able to sneak a win? Headers on target, another brilliant save from the goalkeeper means that we can't get ourselves a goal, and we do have to settle for the 0-0 draw. Probably a fair result, not necessarily a fair scoreline. We deserved a goal and they deserved a goal, but you'd probably say perhaps 1-1 or 2-2 would have been an accurate or a fair result. So a point apiece is decent, and as you can see, we are looking to move on Mehdi Zafane as well as Salah Solomon. Obviously, we have 3 right backs at the club right now. Don't need 3, so we're going to move on the lowest rated Mehdi Zafane. We're able to pick him up season before last on a free transfer, so we're pleased to actually make some profit off him. I've asked for 800k. We'll see what they say as we head into the next game of the episode, which is an FA Cup tie. Cambridge United away from home against Manchester United. A little bit of deja vu from earlier on in the season in real life, obviously, although the first tie was at Cambridge rather than at Man United, and it was the replay that was at Old Trafford, and a rather different looking Manchester United side out in this one than played in that game as well. But still, it's nice to take Cambridge United back to Old Trafford, whether it be in the league now because we're in the Barclays Premier League, or in the Cup as well. Although we have said to the board to get that extra funds that we'd get to the round of 16 of the Cup, so I kind of need to win this unless we can have our Capital One Cup success be enough to warrant meeting that criteria. Obviously, we're in the semi-finals of that competition, and the first leg of which comes in tomorrow's episode. Not tomorrow's episode, Friday's episode. But we unfortunately don't get off to the best starts. It's Michael Keane is the centre-back, isn't it? They have Michael Keane and Will Keane. Will Keane is the striker, Michael Keane is the centre-back. And although it was a goal, it was the centre-back that was scoring it, the header from the corner. So 1-0 down in the opening 10 minutes or so, trying to get ourselves an equaliser here. In the last game, or in the last episode, sorry, Ranty scored a great goal from a similar angle and distance, but unfortunately this time couldn't quite get his accuracy on point and the ball flew past the far post. So not yet able to threaten Anders Lindegaard's goal, but they were definitely threatening mine. Fellaini comes very close to making it 2-0 there. Kieran Westwood at full stretch, couldn't get anywhere near it. He was just lucky that it went the wrong side of the post as far as the Belgian was concerned. But they continued to be on top, Man United. Luke Shaw cutting it inside to Nani. Stands it up brilliantly to Cleverly, of all people, in the box. Not the most convincing of saves from Kieran Westwood, but he did get it round the post at least. So we'll keep our deficit at 1-0 for now and try and get ourselves an equaliser just before half-time if we can. Throws to Aguadar into Jenkins Chikoui. He goes on a nice run, squares it across. Brilliant ball, and an even better save from Anders Lindegaard, the Dane, keeping us out with a brilliant stop. So great reactions to get down to it. And if you remember in the Reading game, we did exactly this, but not exactly that. It was either the last episode or the episode before. We stole the ball off the Reading player at kickoff and ran in, and Georgiev slotted that home. This time, he missed by a whisker, and unfortunately, we stay 1-0 down. Then just a couple of minutes after that, Rooney with a free kick, setting himself up for one from distance, and that needed saving. That was headed right into the top corner. A brilliant free kick from Rooney, almost Ronaldo-esque, or David Luiz-esque, flying into that far top corner, because David Luiz has scored a few crackers like that as well. But we stay at 1-0. There could definitely have been a lot more goals than there have been so far in today's episode. Only the one in the 2 games to this point. But Ranty's in on goal, and a brilliant reaction saved down low by Anders Lindegaard again keeps us out, and they stop it from going out for a corner as well. Not only were they having good saves by their goalkeeper, but the defence was on point for Man United as well. Whenever I did break through, they always covered their tracks. And as you can see, Robin Van Persie twisting and turning here, somehow manages to squeeze that ball through to Raphael. Everybody gets done by the bounce off the post. We can't react quick enough. Then it's Miralem Pjanic, of all players, to put the ball into the back of the net to seal the game at 2-0 for Man United and see us unfortunately crash out of the FA Cup at the 3rd round stage. Not what we needed for A, the financial reasons of going on a nice cup run, and B, the fact of meeting the criteria of the board, whose expectations we've definitely upped by getting in that extra money. So we're going to have to make sure we do well in the league to ensure our jobs, really, to be fair. But we've had some offers come in for Tikelo Ranty that we're continuing to turn down, but the counter offers have come in for Zafane and Soliman, and I am accepting both of them to try and raise as much money as possible. 1.4 million for Soliman and 725,000, I believe it was, from Birmingham. Yeah, it was for Mehdi Zafane. Like I say, we picked him up on a free from Lyon at the end of the 3rd season into the 4th season. This is, of course, now season 5. And as you can see, both players have been sold to the respective clubs. So 625 grand from that one, and I think it was 1.1 or 1.2 million pounds from the Salah Soliman deal have gone into the transfer kitty. And again, though, the situation is we've got a decent amount of transfer budget and an okay wage budget, but neither is really enough to be able to bring in a player of the quality that we'd need to improve the squad. So what I'm thinking of doing, bringing it all into wages like that. So we've got 90 grand in the wage budget, and I could try and pick up a couple of very, very good players on pre-contracts for the start of next season, which I think could be really beneficial to us. I've got my scouts out looking for players that are of first team quality and have less than a year left on their contract, so I'll perhaps show you some of those players in the next episode. You saw the fixture list there, ridiculously congested. Everton have won the first leg of their semi-final in the Capital One Cup, 2-1 against Man United, who actually sit down in 12th in the league after 21 games, which is ridiculous, really. But we still sit top, 5 points clear of Chelsea. We're not necessarily playing amazing football this season. We're not even getting amazing results. We've only won one more than Chelsea, and we've drawn 8 games. It's not that we're racing away, it's that everybody else has been underperforming, to be completely honest, especially Manchester United down there in 12th. And you've got Liverpool in 7th, Arsenal in 6th, and you've got Spurs up in 3rd and Palace in 5th. Players or teams that are kind of out of position. 3 teams there sat on 36 points actually for the Champions League spots. So it's going to be interesting to see how things go, not only for the rest of this month with regards to the change in difficulty, but how things go for the rest of the season to see where we can actually finish. I would love to get European football for season 6 in some manner or in some shape or form. Whether that be Europa League or Champions League, we'll have to wait and see. But that is the plan. That is the aim, at least. And we'll have to wait to see if we can achieve that. Obviously, we want progression every season here at Cambridge, with it being a kind of Road to Glory style series. Like, seeing me finish mid-table every single season in the BPL isn't going to be entertaining enough to keep you guys coming back and keep you engaged in the series. So I like the fact that we've progressed every single season, although some of you, like I say, seem to be a little bit concerned that we've progressed a little bit too fast in our BPL times so far. But we'll address that over the next few weeks in game, or months in game, and weeks in real life. But for now, we still sit top of the table. So thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Of course, subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't done already, if you enjoy FIFA content. If you enjoy just my content in general and would be interested in seeing me play some other games, then head over to the link in the description to my second channel, where some stuff will be going up very soon over there as well. That's Chesnoid Plays. But that'll be all for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll be streaming over on twitch.tv later on tonight. Check the links in the description, and I'll see you next time.